Good afternoon. I'm Major Doug King with Louisiana State Police. We're here today to give you an overview of what occurred today in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Today with us that will be speaking will be State Police Superintendent Colonel Mike Edmondson. He's going to give a rundown, an overview of what we can provide, what info we have available now. Following the Colonel will be East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff Sid Gotro to speak to his deputies that were lost today, followed by Baton Rouge Police Chief Carl Dabity, who will speak to his officers that we lost today, followed by U.S. Attorney Walt Green, who will give a comment on the federal perspective, followed by remarks by Baton Rouge Mayor Kip Holden and our Governor John Bell Edwards. We will not be taking questions at the end. We're going to provide you everything that we know up to this point. So the briefing will conclude with Governor Edwards' remarks. Thank you.
First of all, thank y'all for being here. I'm Colonel Mike Edmondson, Superintendent of Louisiana State Police. First of all, let me tell you something. We're getting phone calls from around the nation, around the world. We want and need your prayers. Baton Rouge is in need of those prayers right now, so we thank you for those, and we want you to know that we appreciate every single one of them going on at the time. We're not going to take questions into this because it is an active, it's an ongoing investigation that's got a lot of moving parts right now with multiple agencies. Louisiana State Police is the lead agency as with regard to the investigation itself. We'll be working very, very closely with East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office and the Baton Rouge Police Department from a local perspective. And then we'll be joined from all our federal partners as we work the many, many leads that's taking place right now. We're going to give you a 1-800 number for the public to have as we move forward. Let me make something clear right now. You're getting a lot of information. You're interviewing a lot of people. If it does not come from myself, the Chief of Police, Carl Dabity, the East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff, Sid Gotro. If it does not come from these individuals, we cannot confirm it as being factual. So just know that up front. We're going to have another press conference tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. 1 p.m. tomorrow. We'll give you a complete update as we have it at the time, but we want to allow our detectives and all our investigators, the crime scene is a very large crime scene. We're going to tell people in the Baton Rouge area, if you do not need to be, absolutely need to be in that area of Airline Highway and Old Hammond Highway, please stay out of that area because we're going to be working that throughout the evening, throughout the night, as we work in that specifics. Please also know that there is not an active shooter scenario in Baton Rouge. No active scenario that involves a shooter in the city of Baton Rouge. We do believe, based on the information that we have, and again, this is ongoing, we believe that the person that shot and killed our officers, that he is a person that was shot and killed at the scene. So that's what we know right now. But we do not believe, or do we have any other shooter held up in any other area in the Baton Rouge area, but understand this investigation has got a lot of moving parts and pieces. We'll be moving and going on each one of those, but right now, there's no active shooter scenario going on in Baton Rouge. I'll tell you this, I'm going to read it because I want to make sure you get the information so you'll have it as accurate. Today at approximately 8:40 a.m., several Louisiana law enforcement officers were shot near Airline Highway and Old Hammond Highway. A call came into Central Dispatch of the Baton Rouge City Police Department saying that it was a guy carrying a weapon, carrying a rifle, walking in that particular area at Airline and Goodwood. That was the information that came into us. Multiple officers were transported to local hospitals for treatment. I will tell you that 3 officers have died from injuries, 2 from the Baton Rouge Police Department, and 1 from the East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office. 1 East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's deputy is in critical condition, just got out of surgery a short time ago. The sheriff and the chief are going to speak on those. 2 additional officers suffered non-life-threatening wounds. They are in stable condition at the hospital now. At approximately 8:40 a.m., Baton Rouge PD officers at the convenience store observed the individual. He was wearing all black, standing behind a beauty supply store, holding a rifle. At approximately 8:42 a.m., reports received of shots fired. At approximately 8:44 a.m., reports received of officers down on the scene. At 8:45, reports received of more shots being fired. At 8:46 a.m., reports received of the suspect, again, that was wearing all black, standing near a car wash located right next to the convenience store. At 8:48, our emergency EMS unit started arriving at the scene. They were staging so they could start approaching and getting the bodies that were at the scene to render first aid. Officers engaged the subject at that particular time and he ultimately died at the scene. That was officers that were responding to the scene itself. State police and multiple agencies responded to the scene in an attempt to secure the area and identify possible potential suspects and further threats in the area. We in law enforcement ask that the public, look, stay vigilant. We want you that if you see something that is suspicious, and you know what's suspicious and out of the ordinary in your particular area, call your local police department. You know that number, call that particular number. If you need one from us, and we ask that if you see suspicious activity and you don't contact your local police department, call the following number. It is 1-800-CALL-FBI. 1-800-CALL-FBI. 1-800-225-5324. 1-800-225-5324. 1-800-CALL-FBI. Again, we do not have an active shooter scenario in the city of Baton Rouge. We are working an investigation. It's going to take us in multiple directions. A lot of leads out there we're following on. You can help us as the public. If you see something out of the ordinary, please call us. And again, we'll have a 1 p.m. press conference tomorrow afternoon, and we'll completely update you on anything that's going on with this. Sheriff.
Thank you, Colonel. As the Colonel has just stated, we've had 6 officers that were shot today in East Baton Rouge Parish, 3 of which are Baton Rouge City Police officers, 2 of which are deceased. 1 is still alive, and Chief Deputy will speak to those individuals in a minute. We've had 3 East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's deputies that were shot. 1 is deceased, 45-year-old. 1 is in critical condition, fighting for his life as we speak, 41-year-old. And 1 had non-life-threatening injuries. He's in surgery now. He's 51-year-old. Each one of these individuals married. Each one of these individuals have family. We're grieving as a law enforcement community. We're grieving for each other. We're grieving for our loss, and we're grieving for our families. And we ask for your prayers. Not only for us, like I say, for the deputies, but the families and the co-workers. As law enforcement, we are a family, and we stand here together, as you can see. But our number 1 priority is the safety of our community, the safety of the people that live here, the safety of law enforcement. We've activated the Louisiana Sheriff's Association Task Force, and as you can see behind me, several of my fellow sheriffs are here. And we want to assure you that we are having a coordinated effort that is going forward to ensure that we continue to provide the services necessary to protect the citizens of this parish. With God's help, we will get through this. To me, this is not so much about gun control as it is about what's in men's hearts. And until we come together as a nation, as a people, to heal as a people, if we don't do that and this madness continues, we will surely perish as a people. So I would just ask for your prayers and your support